Hey guys, what's up? What's good? Yes, I'm amazing people. How are you guys doing? How's the day? This afternoon. Hope you guys are having an amazing time. Have you had lunch? Like coming from me, have you guys had lunch? If you've not had lunch, let me see comment section. Come to this comment. Tell somebody has not had lunch. Come here. I have lunch for you guys. What is this lunch? Yes, I have news for you guys. Anyways, welcome to Ghost Lighting, a big of the concerning music across the country. Yeah, straight up today we'll begin with Burna Boy Odogwu for a reason. We saw at the point where it was actually they were actually sitting in the studio talking about Metro bombing with Burna Boy. Obviously, when you see two artists in the studio, what else could they be doing if not making music? So obviously, I saw we're expectant that at the point Metro and Burna Boy will come through the song, and fans are really waiting eagerly to see how that one will sound. We saw where after being dragged at the point, we saw where Burna Boy came out to say let Nigerians decide. Oh, talking about INEC Nigeria. Then he said, no try any result magic. Talking about it's election time. Don't be funny. Just let Nigerians decide and let INEC do the right thing at the time he did that. But then the dragging didn't stop, and then we saw where he said, I don't know why it's such a big deal to some Nigerians that have not been vocal about the election. Personally, I don't have a candidate that I believe in. I've never supported any political party or candidate in my life because I don't want to make you vote and then blame me when the person F up. As usual, that being said, I hope all votes count and the best man to win. So but that boy is saying, according to him, he doesn't want you guys to doesn't he's not vocal about the election because he doesn't want you guys to do something and then that thing turns out bad and then you guys come back to him. So he's saying that's my reason for not telling you guys to go out and vote. But then it looked more like Nigeria still came through for him and all. And for Burna Boy, he always has a way to respond to stuff. So he came out to say again, said, I've never made money from the Nigerian government and I never took any house land or money from any governor. I've not been appointed into any public office and I never intended to be. All the good I do for my country comes from my heart, pocket, time, and emotions. It is not for social media validation, and it is definitely not because I owe anybody. I say I know votes, make everybody get out. My brother boy say, I'm sure a lot got to know what said. It's not voting, let everybody be on their own. At the point we saw where after the Grammys where Governor Wike actually called him to the government house. So it was alleged that he got house, he got land, he got this and that. But then he's saying no governor ever gave him anything, and then he's doing all of what he's doing because according to him, doing that from his pocket, times and emotions, and then he's saying I'm not voting, and at least it's my vote. So I'm not voting. Let everybody stay on their own. Moving on, so for Burna Boy, we're going to be seeing him headlining the Dreamville Festival along with Tony and Ayasta. And for this one is actually a nice one because it's going to happen at North California and 2 days, April 1st and April 2nd. For April 1st, we're going to be seeing Usher and Lenny that one together with Lil Dog, Lennox, City Girls, Sean Paul, Ed Gangs, Jesse Revels, Kel Glock, Sal and Lute, Omen, and Glay and Victoni for the first day of April, and that's on a Saturday. And then the 2nd of April, we're going to be seeing, it's funny how they actually arranged this here because from 2nd, they're going to be seeing J. Cole and Drake and Lenny that one together with Summer Walker, JID, Glorilla, Baz, or Waka Flocka, Mario, Aresta, Baby Tat, Cods, Jordan Ward, and Ruby and Vincent. Then they had to add and Burna Boy. So he added the way they wrote Burna Boy, it's so clear that you actually know that you have to know he's an headliner on that one. So it's going to be something like J. Cole and Drake also together with Burna Boy headlining April 2nd Sunday at the Dreamville Festival Jim Vibe Festival at North California happening on the 2nd day of April. So we can't wait to see how Burna Boy obviously will go out to make Africans and Nigerians proud on that one. Moving on, we have Rema. As the second guy is for Rema, I've told you guys about record numbers. Like I've so taken Rema news to this point where I can tell you guys I can do Rema without looking at the slides. Like sincerely, no cap, I can do news segments. Like first one is somewhere got the 3 million stream on Spotify. Amazing one for him at the time this happened, and this just for a new song just released for holiday 3 million, and now it's plus actually on Spotify is an amazing one to see. We saw where it became eligible for platinum in Nigeria, which a lot of persons didn't see. A lot of persons didn't know it actually happened, but then courtesy turntable certification system of Nigeria that is now made possible. So obviously from now we're going to be seeing our artists actually getting certifications in Nigeria, adding to the numbers. We also saw at the point where it became for the week Rema became the second most Shazam person for the week, and the only person that I had of him at the time is Superstar Pride, and for Rema, it's just an amazing period he had for himself. So where Calm Down spent 8 weeks at the top, it became the second longest running number one African song in the history of the Indian music industry. And then it makes me ask questions like India. Like for facts, we know India is a place where they don't speak English, they have their own language they speak, and then Rema does not speak Indian, it doesn't speak he doesn't speak the language they speak. So how come this song has been 8 weeks at the top? So the question is, yeah, I think it's not really a question, just the fact that music has gone beyond language and tribe, it's just about the vibe and when Bon and Fela said music is spiritual, they meant all what they said because music really is spiritual. People just resonate with what they can't hear, but then they feel the vibe about it and it makes sense to all of them. So music really is spiritual. Moving on, we saw where Kamna spent 11 weeks at the top. That was in India, but this time we saw where Rema Calm Down Selena Gomez extends his record as the second longest running number one song in the history of the Billboard World Digital Song Sales. Amazing one for Rema and Selena Gomez at the time. So Rema Calm Down um, with Selena Gomez extends his record as the longest running number one song in the history of the Billboard Afrobeat chart with 26 weeks. Now, before now, that used to be a last Burna Boy thingy, and a lot of people ask questions. So looking as though Burna Boy was not going to live there. Burna Boy was not going to live there. But now, yeah, we have Rema doing good. And now 26 week, amazing one for Rema. And the guys moving on, we saw at a point where, for this one is amazing because a lot of players, we've seen players actually coming out to resonate with Afrobeat artists at all. And for some persons, as well, we saw Hurricane, we've seen Van Dyke with Soso, we've seen Hurricane with Last, and all of that. But then we're seeing Neymar Jr. Arguably, I think it's like the third most expensive player in the world. Yeah, Messi, Ronaldo. Okay, actually the fourth because we have Ronaldo, Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar. One of the, and actually what like Brazilian pride, PSG star, doing good for himself. Amazing guy actually. Everybody loves Neymar, and then I was seeing Neymar vibing to Rema Calm Down in his car, and then he had this on the story. He actually like it's amazing because it's just safe to say we just finished talking about India and now Neymar is Brazil. The obviously doesn't speak English, so it's still vibing to this song. So like I told you guys, music is spiritual, and Rema is taking good use of every opportunity he has with the song. Neymar vibing to the song "Calm Down" in his car. Obviously, when Yoruba say Otilo, it means Otilo. Rema as law. Anyways, but yeah, we saw Neymar vibing to that one, and it was a good one for him at the time that happened. That's publicity. It shows music has gone outside the shores of Nigeria, down to France, into Brazil. So amazing one for him doing good for himself. Moving on, I'll have Omah as the last guy on the news. If you note this picture, you remember where Omah actually had the video where he came out talking to someone saying why you let him go. Saying it's your loss, you let him go to the streets. Why did you let this kind of person go and all of that? And a lot of person came out saying maybe this, maybe that, maybe this, maybe that. But not statement yet saying who was talking to. All we knew was saying why did you let him go? And moving on, we saw where he sent flowers to Tiwa Savage, and then Tiwa Savage came out to acknowledge that when she had the emoji, surprise emoji, and then Terry eye emoji, and then she wrote at Omale. So a lot of persons came out saying, okay, people, for fans, yeah, they were gonna actually make conversation around that, like topics around that. Why will you do that? But yeah, there's no official statement yet, but we know their colleagues, and then maybe just one person admire that person's work. So it's safe to say they actually have good and healthy relationship. At the time, moving on, we saw where he had this moment with himself where he actually had the caption look who you lost to the streets, and then it came from a place of pain, and then he was just doing all of that, and a lot of fans actually had felt for him, and the question is, who was Omale referring to in this video? Who was he talking to in this video? Maybe when we get that, and then if he actually come and say, okay, this is what I'm talking to, trust me, you're a Poco master. I'll be the first to give you updates about who he really was talking to at the time that happened. Anyways, we saw where Omale came out to say on his Twitter saying Jesus has to come on Instagram live and his own words, and showed himself in the head for Nigeria. So obviously this was after the whole election thingy, INEC and everything. Omale got so tired and he has to say, Jesus has to just come save Nigeria because it's looking like the only place that we can get help from, and the only person that can help us as a nation, as a country, as a people at this time is only Jesus. And he's saying, Jesus, you really need to come help Nigerians at this time. Anyways, guys, we've come to the end of this one. We ended up with Omale on this one, and then before the end of the day, I'll come back on your screen to give you updates of what's happening across the music in Nigeria. I'll catch you the very next talk. Stay safe, guys, and remember, be careful. Namaste.